She left. Hello, Navneet, for joining. Thanks for joining. Yeah, we still have a couple of minutes. Let's wait for people. Otherwise, we'll start talking. If you want to speak, you can request the speaker permissions and I'll give it to you. Looks like you are the only one who joined today. Navneet Gupta.
Think I misunderstood the line of which says it says 100K Dory. I thought you get some updates about who USCIS maybe given some more clarification about who is going to pay. So I quickly joined as soon as he messaged in the group.
Yeah, there are no updates. And right now, nobody is paying that fee. That's the only update. But they are still thinking who to include it in the order and who to ask for. Thanks, Prerna, for joining.
Hello,
Yeah, I can hear you.
am I audible?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Navneet, is it Navneet who was speaking? Oh, hi, Vikrant. Okay, we have a couple of news from this week to share. The first one is the H1B fee. Nobody is really paying that fee right now. Everyone is getting the transfers and everything approved. People have even traveled after
Hey,
getting
hi,
the
hello everyone.
approvals. Hello.
Yeah,
Uh, Thanks for joining, Vikrant. Vikrant,
I'll
right.
I'll just be back in maybe a minute or two.
Okay. Hi, Prateet. Prateet, is that the right name? Prateet. Yeah, Prateet is the right name. The other news is about H4 EAD, which was challenged in the Supreme Court by the group that has always been against the H4 EAD. But Supreme Court decided to not hear their petition and said that it is a legal program and it is going to stay here. But the opponents are saying that they are going to make the rule, they are going to go through the rule making process again and reverse the H4EAD work permit, which is a little difficult to do, but that's the current news that I have. On the H1B side, nobody has paid the fee till now. All the transfers, amendments, and everything are happening smoothly. Even with premium fees, people have even traveled after getting the approvals, got the visa, and returned to the US. As far as I know, no issues on those things at all.
The way basically I understand the proclamation. In fact, I message some of the queries in the WhatsApp group you created. Amit, basically, in that proclamation, I think it's second B, it's clearly mentioned that the 100K fees applies only for the petition filed for the aliens outside the US. And they clearly mention that employer who try to be their employee on business visa B1, DHS should make a rule to, that they should not apply H1B, like they should not apply COS from B1 to H1B. So I think that the way this rule was created, because it's in the umbrella of president's rule, that they can apply the restriction for and people outside the US. So
Right,
it
right,
and that is why even when the Department of Homeland Security clarifies their notification, in their notification also it is mentioned that it is applied for aliens outside the US. So
right.
um, so there are some situations, but what I would like to know is, and I'm confused, like let's say if somebody already have an I-140 approved, maybe already working, and because of wait so
Hmm.
uh, and for some reason, um, he go back to India, the person go back and wants to come again on H1B. So it looks like, because then this 100K fees will apply to them, because it's he will be outside the US. So I think that
Yeah.
is only the condition which I wanted to explore. Like, if somebody who already have cap exempted, like cap counted, because we are all clear that it will be applicable definitely for all the cap based application. That is very well clear as per the documentation. But what
Hmm.
we want to know is, if somebody is in India, he already previously have H1B cap counted, and he, based on his previous I-140 approval, he wants to apply H1B again, and wants to work for a US employer in US. Can he be uh, uh, under this rule for 100K? That is where nobody knows that so far.
Right. I've heard from a lot of people. They have got the petition approvals and they have traveled and they have entered the US. So at this
So,
point of time, the understanding is they are only targeting the new lottery applications in February 2026.
so my
That's what
question
the
is,
idea
when
is.
you says they travel, they applied. Did they apply from India? Like, did the employer file their H1B petition? Because it's on the petition, not on the visa approval. Let's say I
No,
already have a
no, no,
visa approved.
no,
Hmm?
no, no. So the law as such says, sorry, not the law, the proclamation that is written, it is a bar on the entry, not on the petition.
It
Petition
says the
rules,
word petition. Let me open.
the proclamation can only be applied to the entry of the individuals, not the petition.
No, but it says that it the rule making body, like
The
the
US,
Department of State,
yes.
has to ensure.
So, so what they have done is they have interpreted it in a way so that people can get more information, but they cannot really implement it on the ground. So what attorneys are saying is because they cannot legally ask for this fees, they don't even have a process to accept the fees. Nobody knows how to pay that fees,
Mm.
right? Because there is no such process or there is no such provision in the law right now.
Just have
So
one
that
question, Amit, one clarification. So, you said that people who have visa approved after this proclamation. Do you
Mhm.
know if their petition was filed when they were in India after September 21st?
No, I don't know anyone, any such case. I only know about people who filed it from within the US and they traveled after that, got the visa approval, and then
Right,
came back.
right. Yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah.
yeah, that is what
But
in fact, in my company as well, we have the cases.
right.
But because, as I said, they are in the, because what the in the proclamation mention is that it will be applied for people, petitions. Petition itself means that I-129 petition. and that
Right.
is filed with USCIS. If you read the proclamation, it mentions the word petition, which clearly specifies it's an I-129 petition, and it
No,
for
no.
it. No.
So the proclamation was written for the entry of the individuals, but then USCIS came up with their own rules and regulations to support that proclamation. And USCIS will only talk about the petition because they don't even have the authority to issue a visa. And Department of State issues the visa, so they framed their own interpretation of the proclamation, which are all confusing and they contradict each other. So right now the situation is nobody's asking for money from anyone. I don't even know a single case where they have paid the fees. Okay, so people who are already in the
Even the
US. Yeah.
DHS, Department of Homeland Security, their notice
Mhm.
of September 2025, like it says that this proclamation only applies prospectively to petition that have not yet been filed. So petitions means I-129, right? So if we are
Yes.
talking about the petition, uh, so that is that this only applies when the some I-129 will be filed, right? So
Yes, yes. So ideally, what they're saying is if somebody's outside US and they're trying to file a new period of H1B authorization, which
even
is
the
done.
existing, because what I my
Yes,
understanding is
exactly.
that
No, your
if,
your understanding is correct. I'm not saying that your understanding is wrong.
Mhm.
So what happened was when the president wrote the proclamation and signed it, it was written in a way that everyone who was outside the US was banned.
Mhm.
Right? That's why all these big companies asked everyone to immediately come back to US within 24 hours because it was written that way and attorneys read it the right way. But then when the panic, spread, then the government came back next day and clarified, no, 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 we are excluding this, we are excluding that. And then they finally said that, oh, we only intend to implement or enforce it on people who will be filing petition in February 2026. That's what they mentioned. So, but then if you look at the USCIS language, they are saying it in a different way. The Department of State is also saying it in a very different way. So all of them have different meaning, right? So everyone is as confused as you, and I'm also confused. So we were just waiting to, hear the real life cases. And right now the situation is most of the attorneys who have already filed these cases have got the approvals without even paying the fees. But one specific case that you are asking for, that if the person was outside US and they had to file the like extension or whatever amendment or transfer.
extension cannot be filed because extension is only the I-94 extension, and
No,
which
no,
can
no,
only be filed within the US. So
no,
if
no, no,
somebody
no,
is
no, 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 no,
Hmm?
no. Extension has two parts. If you have to extend your H1B, you still have to file I-129. But if you are
No, no,
within the
no. I
US,
agree. But extension of stay means that when you file an extension, H1B extension, which is called basically an extension of an I-94. But when you leave the US, that's why attorney says that all attorneys say that when your H1B extension is pending, don't go outside the US because it will jeopardize their I-94 number. So that's why when you extension of stay only file when within the US within H1B
no,
extension, which we call. But
no, 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 no. You are partially right. So extension of stay when you file within the US, you can file it with two things. First is the extension of H1B work authorization, and second is issue the I-94 also if you're physically in the US. If you're physically outside the US, you only request for the extension of work authorization, not the I-94.
but how can we file H1B extension? It will be a new petition every time in India. Like from India, if I have, let's say, if I left US and I after
So,
6 months.
yes, right. So when you file it from the US, it is also a new petition. It's just the terminology that we use that
Right.
it's an
No, no,
extension. It's the
outside
same
the
thing.
US. Hmm.
It's the same thing that you file, whether you are outside the US or inside the US. It's the same form, same information. And then if you're physically in the US, you also request to issue the I-94. If you're in the US and you have plans to travel, you can request a consular processing also, in which case they will approve the work authorization, but not give you the I-94. That's
Correct,
also
correct.
possible. So in both the cases, it is the extension itself. You can file it from outside US also. That's what I'm trying to say. So you're
Hmm.
partially correct there. But I have not heard of any case where person was outside US and they filed it and then came
I-129,
back
yeah.
with. Yeah, I have
I
not
would
heard
like
of
to know,
anything.
yeah, if somebody is filing I-129 while outside the US,
Yeah.
that is the big question.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody has faced any problem because if they had paid the fees, it would have come in the news. And as far as I know,
Because
there
maybe
is
there is no
no
case as such right now, like nobody has filed yet, because nobody has we heard lot of cases, but everybody was already in US. Or
right.
if they are, they whatever they're telling is like they are saying, okay, I have approved I-797 and I went to India, went for stamping, come back US, that's fine. I mean, because your H1B is already
No,
approved. What?
right. No, no, no. But there are a lot of people who work in consulting companies who keep going back and then they file extension from there and then come to US.
From
It's
there,
only
from
the,
India?
yes, India. Most of
That
these
is.
consulting company employees work in this manner.
Hmm.
So there should be someone who has already filed it. Maybe we have not heard about that case. I'm assuming that somebody has filed. So it is possible, right?
I mean
I
that is
cannot.
the big question, because right now what I was thinking is, if that is true, like they are not, they are asking, the way I you know interpret this proclamation, which is applicable for any petition filing outside the US,
Mhm.
then it will be a big risk. Like, if somebody left their US, it will be hard for them to come back.
Right. The way proclamation was written, it intended to block everyone who was outside US, but they are not enforcing it right now. So we are assuming that it's only going to be enforced for new petitions, entirely new petition starting Feb 26. That's what is the current understanding. But most of the attorneys are still recommending that try to avoid travel because they don't know what will happen in future and what kind of inclusions or exclusions will be added to the order. Because the order is still in effect until the court stays it. The court case has been filed in California and no result has been received right now. So it is
Hmm.
up to you. If you want to travel, take the risk and travel. Otherwise, just stay here and keep calm because anything can happen. Nobody expected this order either, but they just signed it and asked people, only gave 24-hour deadline. So
Right.
things can get pretty difficult.
Correct.
Yeah. You have anything else? Anything else to share?
No, I mean, opened that website of whitehouse.gov. It says, I was trying to highlight this section, section 1B. It says the Secretary of Homeland Security shall restrict decisions on petition not accompanied by 100,000 payment of H1B
Hmm.
who are currently outside the United States.
Right.
So, which basically clarifies that any H1B petition um, filed for an alien who are outside the United States, this proclamation applies. So that's why I was very keen to know. I hope that we can find someone, quickly, because
Yeah.
now, since this was announce, I couldn't find any example where somebody is claiming that yes, I was living in India. Am
But
I? And
Yeah,
Am I?
you are in US or you are in India right now?
I'm in New Jersey.
So you are safe.
Yeah,
Don't
US.
worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I get to know, if I hear about anything, I'll definitely share. But yeah, right. Your interpretation is right. In fact, every attorney read it the same way.
Right.
So you have pretty good understanding of the situation.
Yeah, mostly people or attorneys are clear on the new H1B lottery.
Mhm.
Uh, that's fine. Yeah, but for
Right.
this particular area, is still a gray area. The one
Exactly.
example.
Right, because they have written it in a way that it is gray. It is
Yeah,
not black or white. So of
right.
course they have not clarified it, and whenever they have clarified, they have added more gray than that. Right?
Yeah.
So वो कहते हैं ना रायता फैला दिया.
हाँ,
Then they're trying to collect it. Oh, no, 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 this is bad. This is. Uh,
correct,
so every attorney has different interpretations. So what they're saying is कि ये मत जाओ यार, don't travel. क्यों रिस्क ले
करेक्ट,
रहे हो?
करेक्ट। हाँ, हमारी कंपनी ने भी यही कहा था। हमारा जो है
Right.
हमारी कंपनी की तरफ से एक ऑफ साइट प्लान थी स्पेन में। ऑल
Okay.
टुगेदर सारे 1000 एम्प्लॉइज़ ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड दे वर गैदरिंग, और हम
बड़ी
17-18
अच्छी कंपनी है.
एम्प्लॉइज़ जो H1 पे थे, उनके
हाँ,
लिए एक मेल आया कि ऐसा है, भले ही क्लैरिफिकेशन आ गया है, लेकिन
हाँ.
यू हैव टू थिंक, इज़ इट वर्थ द रिस्क? मैं कहा बताओ। जो है हमें ही निकाल रहे हो बस, मुझे जो हम ही ना आए। तो बोल रहे थे वी आर नॉट कैंसलिंग योर टिकट, बट यू हैव टू यू कैन डिसाइड। एवरीबॉडी वेंट टू स्पेन, नोबडी थिंक अबाउट कि वी शुड नॉट गो। हमने सोचा कि ठीक है चलते हैं, फिर जब क्लेरिफिकेशन आ ही गया है तो।
वो चले गए सब.
हाँ, सब गए थे यहाँ से 17-18 एम्प्लॉइज, मेनी
तो
ऑफ देम फ्रॉम कैलिफोर्निया।
बड़ी अच्छी कंपनी है. लेके जा, तो क्या फैमिली को लेके जाते हैं पूरी?
नहीं नहीं, सिंगल ओनली एम्प्लॉय ओनली ऑफ साइड।
अच्छा, दैट्स गुड. तो फिर वापस आने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुआ ना
कोई
किसी
इश्यू
को?
नहीं हुआ, इनफैक्ट कोई इश्यू नहीं हुआ। न्यू आई यू नो landed at Newark airport, and in fact the CBP officer asked the person in front of me that, hey, is he also from your company? So that
हाँ,
person
हाँ,
said, yes, yes, we are, we went all together,
हाँ, हाँ.
the company offsite. So said, okay, call everyone in your company, and I will uh, do the immigration and all together. So he himself
That,
asked one of our employee and a colleague that, okay, call all of your colleagues together.
हाँ, हाँ,
It was very nice gesture, and in fact, I before that, especially in Newark, I heard immigration officers are rude, strict, something. They don't want to hear any kind of excuses and all, very formal. But the this is the first example in my 10 years. I was that immigration officer was very friendly.
ओके. इनफैक्ट अभी मैं रिसेंटली गया, न्यूयॉर्क एयरपोर्ट पे गया था.
Hmm.
मुझे तो सारे सारे ही रूट लगे वहाँ. नॉट इमिग्रेशन, वहाँ
हाँ,
डोमेस्टिक ट्रैवल था, वहाँ तो नॉर्मल स्टाफ भी रूड ही था.
हाँ, हाँ, होता है।
आई रिमेम्बर.
मुझे वही गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज यहाँ तो रूट क्या, अपने इंडिया में रूट रूट होता है। आप दिल्ली पे निकल के जाओ, ऐसा लगता है पता नहीं जो है ये इनके अंदर में कोई स्माइल नाम की कोई चीज ही नहीं है। मेरे को तो इंडिया में भी इज और ज्यादा रूट लगता है अगर वहाँ पे इमिग्रेशन में जाओ और करो तो।
या राइट, राइट.
गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज आर।
दैट्स गुड. तो सब सेफली वापस आ गए ना?
हाँ, सब किसी को कोई इशू नहीं हो, नो क्वेश्चन आस्क।
तो दैट्स गुड.
हम्म।
पूरी कंपनी में सिर्फ 17-18 H1B हैं.
जो हाँ, मेरे हिसाब से तो 18 के करीब-करीब होंगे। लेकिन क्योंकि हमारी कंपनी ज़्यादा H1 हायर करती नहीं है। ड्यूरिंग द
हाँ,
कोविड के जस्ट आफ्टर, तब शायद ये
हाँ,
ओपन मतलब जैसे अभी पॉलिसी क्लियर है कि इनफैक्ट कोई
हाँ.
लीव भी कर रहा है H1B, उसकी रिप्लेसमेंट H1B से नहीं होती। तो
ओके.
जनरली ये ओपन हुए थे थोड़े टाइम के लिए, बिकॉज़ एकदम से मार्केट काफ़ी बूम हुआ था और शायद रिसोर्सेज़ नहीं मिल रहे होंगे इनको, बिकॉज़
हाँ, हाँ.
प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी है। तो जनरली कंसल्टिंग में कर लेते हैं H1B कंसिडर, बट यहाँ पर नहीं।
ओके. That's good. But speaking about the hiring, TCS has also announced that they will be hiring locally in US instead of H1B. Now, I don't know how much they will honor this, but I've
Uh,
also heard they're setting up development centers in Mexico and Argentina.
Yeah, I mean,
Most
think
probably.
about the situation. If this is this particular, even if it is this proclamation applies to new H1B,
Mhm,
so how will they? Because that is the one lollipop. These the consulting
mhm,
company. I was a part of Tech Mahindra, so
uh-huh,
this lollipop, and I stay there for 5 years in offshore just to get this
uh-huh.
lollipop. So
Okay.
definitely, this is one of the incentive they offered, and if now onwards, it's very unlikely they will be able to file their anyone's because that's not their business model. Is they're not a product based
Exactly.
company. They're a consulting company. They cut their take their margin and then pay to the employee. And they cannot bid their that kind of project. So I don't think they will be able to file any new H1B until this proclamation stays there.
Right, right.
And
I mean,
for the existing employees who already have their H1B, I feel many of the consulting companies employees they left after 2 3 years. I don't think it's hard to keep the employees in US for H1 for TCS or such companies to pay low market rate, because once we complete 2 3 years in these companies, everybody switch.
right. Right. Most of them, yes.
Yeah.
But I know a guy who came through TCS 30 years ago to US and he's still in TCS.
Yeah, sometimes maybe they file their green card, they might maybe they are paying their market rate, because for some employees definitely they want to retain that because they are getting business. So especially I think mostly the management roles, for those
Uh-huh.
management roles, I think these companies still want to keep their employees, because one, those employees are non-technical and definitely they are good at the managerial level, so the rates
Hmm.
are similar to their uh, comparative organizations,
Right,
and that's why they were able to match. But on the technical ground, I hardly see any example. um
right, right. Yeah, they will either have to charge the client that fee or some kind of sharing model, the fee sharing
Correct.
model. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for them to even survive with this
Right.
$100,000. It's
Correct.
like a,
Right.
a dowry, right?
Right.
$100,000. अभी लड़के को पढ़ाया उसके 100,000 डॉलर
Right.
देके खरीदो उसको.
Right.
Yeah, that's good thing. But they're saying they will start hiring locally. That's the same thing Infosys is also saying. So
Yeah.
hopefully, but people who are in India right now waiting for the on-site trip, they might get very demotivated.
Demotivated.
Because, yeah,
Demotivated. Yeah. I
they
mean,
will
at least
probably.
they should be aware. Like they will be, at least satisfied or unsatisfied. What would I say? Because of this incentive,
Mhm,
people unnecessary. I remember my instance, like telling you that we were a small team in Tech Mahindra. My project was 20 employees. I was very interested to go to US. My H1B was not picked up in the lottery for continuously 2 3 years, and my manager clearly says, "Hey, you are," because I was the one who was handling all of the task and organizational level incentive or responsibilities and all. I was clearly told, because you have an ambition to go to US, you need to do this all this thing. And at that age, maybe 15 years back, I was not that mature as well. I admit that. So how to handle the situation? So, but yeah, mostly people will be under treated for this kind of this, just because of this incentive.
right, you're right. I agree. In fact, most of the people who are in India working for the consulting companies, the only incentive is to go on-site. Right?
Right.
Otherwise,
Right.
they don't pay well there anyway.
Right.
If you compare it with the product-based companies. So
You
pretty
think
much
about it.
every.
See, the fresher salary when in 2005 it was around 2 lakh 550,000, like for a
Right.
fresher, and it
Mm.
hasn't been in change in 20 years. It's
Right.
still for these consulting companies, they are still hiring fresher in the same rate, around maybe 250 to maximum. They are paying 300, uh, 3 lakh maybe. Three,
Right.
that's it.
Right. Right. Let's see what happens. But the sentiment is that next year the number of people who will file lottery will reduce drastically.
Correct.
This
I
year
agree.
it was 400,000 people. Next year it might just come down to maybe 100,000.
One good thing is, I mean, I'm just thinking about, I know many F1 students, who were not being picked up in the lottery,
Uh-huh.
for many years, and they had to leave. They spent
Mhm.
a lot of money, their parents' money, in studying US, in US MS
Uh-huh.
degree and all, but ultimately they have to leave because they were not being picked up. Now it was a good chance for them to pick them, even though there'll be, weightage based lottery, but there will be good chance that they will be picked up, because they will not be, as I said, understanding is that this proclamation only applies to people outside the US. The outside
Mhm.
word we have to emphasize, because it's everywhere in their proclamation. Outside the US, alien applying H1B outside the US. So if somebody is already in US, an F1 student is already in the US, he can, when he filed the H1B lottery, I believe that person will not be, even though it's a fresh lottery in 2027 or 2026,
Mhm.
that person will not be applicable under this proclamation, and company will be able to file them, because they don't have to pay 100K for F1 students, and their chances will be very, strong to pick them in the lottery, because nobody else from outside US will be filing.
Right. I think that's their intent as well. That's what they want to do. But the other situation that uh, when I was speaking to an attorney, was discussed is if someone came here on F1 visa, they filed the H1B without the fee. But then what if they travel? If they travel and they want to come back, the proclamation
Petition is
says that
approved. Yeah, petition is that case. They can travel,
no,
just like extension
no,
case.
yeah, the proclamation says that if you are outside US and you have not paid that fee, then your visa will not be approved until the fee is
No,
paid.
no.
Yeah,
See,
the
again,
proclamation
read
says
the,
that.
no. Proclamation says that petition for file for the alien outside the US. So only DHS, it basically it authorizes the DHS and Department of State, says that you should check whether the petition, if the petition was filed, and if the, and that during that, for a person outside the US, did he pay 100K or not. So in this particular case, especially in case of F1 or maybe F4 EAD or maybe L1 B cases, these people are already in the US. So if their petition is approved, they can very well go outside the country and come back. So only reason I feel this for issuing this proclamation is basically no new person or new individual or H1 will, there is a risk, like even the person can come into the L1B and, can file change of status after he picked up in the lottery. That is the case, but L1B is a blanket application. I think they are not anticipating many applications of L1B, already very scrutinized L1B visa. So I think they played safe. They leave the o- area for F1 students. That's why, however, they clearly mentioned that, about the business visa, B1 visa. They say the B1
Right.
visa, don't let them, they don't let them file the H1B for B1. That means others are clear. If they clearly mention it, if you read about, open the H1B, that proclamation, it
Mhm.
talks about the B1, but it was
Mhm.
silent about the other categories.
Right. Yeah, maybe they don't even know that they can file
So it's
change
like
of status from other visas also. That's true.
I don't think so. They don't know.
I mean, I don't think they thought through it. They did not even consider
No,
it.
I think they thought because otherwise, if they didn't thought, they would not. They would have not specified about the B1 things. Since they mention about B1, so they want to just rule out the B1 part and leave the options for L1 and H4 EAD people
Mhm. Yeah, maybe that's
and
possible.
F1.
Yeah. Yeah, Arpan wants to speak. Arpan, go ahead.
Hey, so yeah, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So continuing on the discussion about TCS and all the companies, I mean,
Hmm.
right now everyone has stopped hiring H1B for any new positions, right? Uh,
Right. Yeah,
do you
pretty
think
much.
it
Yeah.
will increase demand for other visa types like TN or maybe L1, right? Something like that. Because I,
Possibly, yes. Yes. Quite possible, yes. If someone's loss is someone's gain. So people I spoke to who are on green card, who are citizens, they are also expecting their salaries to rise because there will be crunch in the market for people who are physically in the US. So they are expecting their salaries to go up
I mean, I,
next
I, I
year.
don't think that L1 demand, there is no reason for demanding L1 because L1 is a company specific. So
Mhm.
even if I came here for L1, I cannot switch employer. So my demand will not increase just because I
No,
am
no,
an
no.
L1.
No, what I think he means is instead of H1B, the company will try to bring you on L1 from
Oh,
outside
okay.
US.
That is also a difficult thing because L1B is has a L1B is a blanket petition and there is a quota on
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
For each company has some quota depending upon, I don't know exact rule. If somebody know, you can share, but what I know about it, every company has given some kind of quota. You cannot bring, like, for H1B you can file any number of applicants, but in case of L1B it's not the case. L1A is very very difficult to get it. So
Yeah.
um,
It-
it's
It's
difficult for
difficult.
it's not easy.
Yeah, it's difficult, but our Desis has, clogged that queue as well.
I'm just telling you example of Tech Mahindra.
Uh-huh.
So I came here in 2016, and my company and I joined Tech Mahindra in 2011. My company filed my L1B, my and my other three colleagues in 2012 and 2013. All of the L1B was denied. My manager went for L1A, he was also denied. So then companies stop. I mean, it's very normal, like, and very rarely they were filing the L1B because the denial rate was so high for L1B visa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I agree. So, Arpan, you got your answer. You have something to share. Something to share.
yeah, no, I mean, that's what I was running, and I'm a Canadian national, so
Okay.
I was thinking maybe I'll
Yeah.
try my luck with TN visa now,
Yeah,
not with H1.
Yeah.
your demand will increase definitely
Yes.
because TL is easy to get. So
Right.
whatever is easy to get, companies try to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Second thing I wanted to
definitely.
discuss, and I don't want to kind of spook anyone, but
Mhm.
this is from what I heard. One of my friend, attorney at the firm, brought it up. Is that there is one more proclamation coming in December, and they might think about not renewing after 6 years and have everyone go to lottery again. Again, I don't know how true that is. It's all hearsay, but just
It
wondering,
is.
did you hear and any did you hear this from
Yeah,
anyone
Mhm.
else
yes.
as well?
Yes, I have heard the whispers too.
Mm.
So yes, that's why, see, if somebody is asking me, I'm telling them don't go. Even my closest friends, I'm telling them don't go because there is no guarantee that there is, I mean, there's no guarantee that they will not come up with something new. Right? The intent is very clear. So they just want to block or deport people who are already there, or they want to block people who are coming in
It would
as
be
much as
a
possible.
Yeah.
right?
I mean, think
So
about the situation. Like, if that rule is passed, so our priority date for Indians is 2014, right? So
yeah,
let's assume out of 85,000 visas, 60,000 normally went to India, right? So 60,000 families every year added since 2014 to 2025. I mean, it's a hypothetical scenario. I know it's not an exact number, but in
mhm,
last 10 years, uh, 10 into 60,000, it is around 600,000 families are here. And they are saying that after 6 years, they are not going to renew. So all of these visas or will or families go back to India. It will be a big numbers.
yeah, and it's going to be very difficult, as per my opinion, because companies need these people and they might try to lobby for it. In fact, when this problem was initially found that people, I mean, they don't have enough green cards to clear out every year, they created this bridge or kind of a band-aid solution by introducing the AC21 rule, which said that you
Right,
can keep initially H1B was only for 6 years. But when
right,
they found this problem, they created this rule,
correct,
AC21,
correct.
just as a bandage, right?
Just a bandage,
Now,
right?
right now they're trying to remove that bandage.
Right,
It will bleed, right? And the bleed and that blood will force a lot of companies to, lobby for it. So
right,
I don't think it's going to be easy, but you never know what kind of rule they create or what kind of, the executive order they sign. It becomes very difficult to guess or plan for it. Even for the companies, they are not able to plan in this scenario, right? Because they have to decide on a project, the budgets and the resourcing and everything for at least next 2 years, if not five.
correct,
They are also finding it very difficult where to hire people. Hiring is not a simple decision. Big companies like Amazon, Microsoft, they might hire and fire quickly that we hear in news. But for a smaller mid-sized company, hiring is a very costly process.
correct.
And
Yeah,
and then train the employee and then just lose him just because of the visa. They will find it very hard to survive in the current market. So let's see. But yes, I have also heard the same whisper. It might become true. You never know. But that's a good point that you brought up, Arpan. Arpan, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you are Canadian. You have Canadian citizenship or PR.
Yes. No, citizenship.
Then you are safe, man. You don't have to go to India. The biggest fear people have in their mind is they will have to go back to India.
Yeah.
That's the fear people battle the most. I mean, if they are going by their own choice, then that's a different thing. But if they are forced to go back, then they do anything and everything to find a backup
Yeah, I
somehow.
mean, the way Trump is going after Canadian economy, I mean, soon it might be better to go to India than move to US. I guess tanking
I,
everything down.
I I don't think that will happen. I mean, I don't think they will go to that extreme because Canada is a good country, I would say.
Yeah.
I've never been to Canada, but I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, no, I actually moved around 2015 when Harper
Hmm.
administration was there, and it was
Okay.
actually pretty comparable to US, right? Even the wage
Okay.
gaps are not crazy. I would
Uh-huh.
say living there 10 years, it's completely upside down. They've
mm,
killed all their benefits like natural resources and everything. And then
Oh,
it was
really?
example of other extreme of immigration, right? When you just get
Because they were allowing everyone. Is that the reason?
yeah, everyone without like any proper credentials or any desire to settle in,
Okay.
right? Or kind of but
Okay. Because I've heard a lot of people just get the business visa or simple study visa and they just come and settle down there without real intent of the visit or the tourism or the studies, right? That's
yeah,
what has happened.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, their intent was to just maybe, you know, people will come and they will start businesses and uh, they will generate jobs, but I think that hasn't happened. And usually that happens when people bring skills with them. If you just bring people with no skills and no money, then it's not going to happen. They'll just start looking for jobs which do not exist, right?
Yeah,
That's possibly what has happened. I'm not an expert, but I'm just guessing.
yeah, no, that's true. I mean, the Canadian immigration system was for a
Hmm.
long time. It was uh, as perfect as it can get, right? And
Uh-huh.
people were very open to immigration.
Uh-huh.
Everything changed after I think 2021 when they suddenly invited million people in, right? Which is
Yeah,
equivalent
I
of
was.
10 million
They,
people in US, right? In one.
in fact, they will. It was in the news that I heard that their target was about 1 million people every year for next 5 years or something,
Yeah.
right? Did they go through the whole 5 years or
No, now
suddenly?
right now it's pretty much closed, and I think that's why companies are even also not talking about near shoring in Toronto or right,
Okay,
because even their version of H1B, right, skilled trade is it's not easy to get as well. So
right. Yeah, in fact, to share the truth, I wanted to apply for Canada, but I was not able to get that enough points.
yeah, yeah,
So, but people from India were able to get there with B1 visa, their B1 visa, visitor visa basically,
yeah,
and the study visa, and they were just making reels that, oh, come here, it's easy,
yeah.
then make a life for yourself. So, I
Yeah,
don't
for a very
know.
long time you have to be really qualified to get it, and then in last 5 years anyone was able to get it. That turned the system upside down. So
Right, right. And how are the salaries there? Comparable to US right now or less than that?
so I would say if you consider taxes, conversion rate, right, easily
Hmm.
50 to 100%, right? It's just 50%
It,
at least, I would say.
it's a salary or the tax?
No, no, I'm saying like difference between your income will be about 50%, if not more, right? I
So
mean,
in hand is like 50% of what you can get in hand in US.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so let's say if you earn $100, in Canada you might get $50 in hand after taxes and everything, benefits,
yeah, yeah,
taxes, whatever.
taxes and conversion rate and all that. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, in US you might get 50, but in Canada you'll only get
So yeah, let's say
$25.
like if you are, let's say you're earning 100 US dollar here. So
Uh-huh.
in Canada, you might get like 70 or 75 Canadian dollars, right?
In hand.
Yeah. So yeah, and then yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So then yeah, if you take the conversion like Canadian to US, right, that comes around 50 US dollar in hand. So
Okay. So I still don't understand. So you are saying that it is better in USA or it
yeah, yeah, I'm
from
saying like
your
the salaries are much higher in USA than Canada. So for example, like 200K salary in Canada is not very common as it is here, right? So
okay.
let's say if you're
Okay.
earning 200K in US, then probably you might earn 120, 130 in Canada, right? And then taxes are
Okay.
high, and then and this is I'm talking
Cost of
about
living.
130 Canadian. So
Okay. So and cost of living is also high in Canada.
yeah, yeah,
I- Is it because most of the Canada population is based in the major cities and the rural cities are not that developed or they don't have housing there? Is it? Is
yeah,
it
yeah,
the reason?
yeah. It's much more urban city, and then really there are only 3, 4 large cities, right, where you can settle down,
Okay. Okay.
and then yeah, everyone are kind of dumping into it, and then
Right. That's the reason. In fact, I found the same reason in Australia as well.
yeah,
Australia also is pretty big, but only the major cities have the population, and that's very good salaries and homes as well. But they are very expensive to live.
yeah.
It's pretty much the same. Yeah, that's nice. So, are you planning to move to USA if you get an opportunity?
I'm already in USA. I moved
Oh,
in
okay.
2022.
Okay,
So
on teen visa.
no, right now I am on H1. Uh,
Okay. Okay, so you're thinking about a backup as TN visa.
yeah, yeah. Or if I'm planning to switch, then I might try my luck on TN visa and then see if.
Yeah, but then the TN visa is not a dual intent visa. That's the only problem I see.
Yeah, so in that, it's not an issue unless you apply for adjustment of status, right?
Mhm.
So until then,
Right.
like company can file your green card, you can go through 140, and then but
Yeah.
but when you go and apply for adjustment of status, that's when you cannot travel outside.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
I just
even
wanted to
then you can,
highlight. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and even then you can opt for counselor processing, and then you can still go through green card process. So there
Yes.
are ways around if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah. There are ways for everything. But it's just like, they have written it in a way that, attorneys make a
Yeah,
big deal out of it because they want to make money too.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, but the other day there, and I think one of the live sessions, we had one guy, uh, I forgot. He was explaining the same situation. He was on TN visa and he was worried too.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Good
Yeah,
to know you, Arpan. And you have your I-140 and everything lined up, or is it approved?
yeah. My I-114 everything is approved. Yeah,
Okay, sounds good.
yeah.
I'll take a question from YouTube. A lot of Guptas are joining today. Something Satya Gupta, I think he removed the message as soon as I started asking,
I
reading
have
it.
a question. Okay. Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
And just giving you my scenario and just wanted to take get your point of view. So,
Yeah.
what is your thought about, like, kids aging out? Will there be any? Because I heard that there is a bipartisan bill introduced, but we heard it in every year. So I'm saying this because when I came in 2016, my son was just 3 year old. Now he's
Hmm.
13, and I'm just concerned about, yeah, like, he will again be going to the, you know those H1B process and all. So
Yeah.
how you manage, like, do you have green card, or, like,
I don't want to say it publicly, but you know, I'm in safe zone.
okay, great, great, that's great.
Okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, to answer your question, yes, it's a very, very big problem. What is your priority date, if I can ask? But you can
2020.
tell that. Okay, 2020. You
Yes.
came in 2013, is it?
2016, I came in 2016.
Oh, yeah. 2020. See if they don't. I mean, the truth is, if they don't change the law, 2020 is never going to be current in
Correct.
your life, in your lifetime.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the positive, there are two ways to handle this situation. Okay, one is that the kid will grow up and they can marry.
Mm,
Okay, and for the marriage based green cards, there is no waiting.
correct. Yeah.
Right, that's what many people do.
Mm,
I mean, not for immigration, but if they marry a citizen, then the law says you can get green card. Okay,
right,
and then once the kid becomes citizen, they can sponsor their parents.
right. I
Okay,
have the younger one born here, so
yeah,
I'm
so
not concerned
that,
about myself, honestly. Like, here, the life will go on. That's not an issue. But for the elder one, I'm just worried about that. Him.
yeah, so there are two solutions to it. One is if I mean first I already told you, right? They can get married,
Mm,
and that's one path. It's a legal path. Okay, so nothing to worry about. The second is that you consider EB1 if you are qualified enough,
mm,
and another one is EB5 if you have the money.
mm. That's right.
EB5 is current right now for Indians. So if you file tomorrow, the kid's age will get locked. Kid
Mm-hmm.
will not age out. That's the easiest solution right now. For EB1, the path is a little difficult because unless you qualify, you might just not be able to make it. But with
Right.
EB5, it's only about investing the
Money.
money,
Yeah. Yeah.
then you get the relief.
Great.
Otherwise, for you, I mean, if you can marry, then that's another solution. That's even better, right?
Yeah. I cross.
Yeah. Those are the possible options. But otherwise, if you don't want to go with any of these options, and if you're okay with going back to India, then you're fine. But if you don't want to go back to India, then I would strongly suggest create a backup. Find something because as you age, the other countries' doors will also close based on the
Correct.
skills.
Yeah.
If you are like above 40, then it is right now very difficult to migrate to any
Right.
country, especially on the skill-based point system. Everyone is closing the door. So it's better
Yeah.
that you take something just like many people took Canadian PR and then moved there and then got the Canadian citizenship at least. So they have a backup, right? Then they can choose where to go and where not to go. But if you don't have a backup, then the only option would be to go back to home country.
Mm-hmm.
And many cases, I mean, you might whatever you might see in the reels and you know on social media, going back to India may not be a very easy path. To be
Correct.
frank, if you have lived in US
Right.
for like 10 years, going back
Some
is a very painful process.
situation is, turning, like, I was just thinking, and we were discussing this topic in our office as well. Um,
Mhm.
but the point I think is that you see that the sudden hate towards
Yes.
thing, and I also notice in my previous companies, if you're no matter if even if you are citizen, you are still a brown. And uh, I don't know, like, whether touching a sensitive topic here or not. It's just my feeling. But I would say, people complain that they couldn't grow. They they stayed at their level. um
So
so you
to
think
be
about,
frank,
the situation, like, for example, think about in India in 2014. We have we also have a big country where one particular religion is a major, having a
majority.
population, and then the
Mhm.
other religions are in a minority. In
Right.
2014, before that, the current government, I feel that mean that a child who was born in 2014 now is basically an adult.
Mhm.
uh, the way that media and everything was happened, and the kind of stories a child was, listening used to listen, in their entire teenage and all. I feel that the system has entirely changed, and right now what I feel is more and more, uh, you know hate or something, for other religion, whether it's not just about one, but they are 20%, 2%, and 3% in there. We are just 1%. And in US, what I am thinking is, are we giving a better, like, we moved here for, in an intention to that will be giving a better life to our kids. No. Will it be a safe environment here, where in Pittsburgh last week, 2 weeks back, we heard a news that a motel owner just asked a person that, "Hey, buddy, are you okay?" And he just
Uh-huh.
shoot him.
Yeah, I agree. But see, I was having this discussion with my close friends, and the crux of the discussion was it was a heated argument, of course, because everyone has their opinion, and sometimes it gets very heated.
Yeah,
But
my
the
point
crux
is like,
is,
when the government
yeah,
is supporting a particular agenda of hate agenda, just like in any country,
yeah,
if you recall, even the Hitler is a product of a democracy, but
right,
he basically brainwashed their majority, because that's why the politics do. They
exactly,
consolidate the majority vote, and they
exactly,
basically try to file an agenda. Okay, hate one particular people, group of people, so that you can consolidate. That's what their agenda
exactly.
is. So they
Right,
needs to basically create a monster.
right. Yeah,
So,
that's how
and
they
that's
will
why
get the
if
votes.
this particular administration be on next couple of tenure, 2 or 3 or 4 tenure, then
Hmm.
I feel that mean, because hate is the very favorite agenda of right wingers.
Right. Yeah, so that's pretty much is happening everywhere around the world, I would say. In each country, majority tries to hold their position and then suppress the minority. And in USA, we are the minority, irrespective of the religion we belong to. And I agree with your statement. So the crux of it is that, you know, the chances of, dying in a battle, in a street battle, are higher in India than US. So it's better to stay here.
But in
That's what
India,
I
at least
told
we
my
are a
wife.
majority. I mean, no, we will not be facing a hate crime there, like just like happening what is happening. Very
Nah,
commonly, we now says that people become more vocal when the administration change, and it's basically aligned with their political agenda. People who were hiding their thought maybe earlier, but then they've suddenly become vocal. Okay, yeah, the Indians are losing, taking our job, this and that, something. Same thing happened in India. Like, people who
right,
maybe not be vocal before 2014, now suddenly, yeah, these are, encroached us. They come from outside, they come from there, they converted this and that, something, any 200 साल पुरानी बातें हम उठाते हैं, 300 साल पुरानी बातें हम उठाएंगे, हर तरीके की
right,
चीजें करेंगे,
right,
just to
right. Yeah,
consolidate.
exactly. Because politicians are very clever. They know what can get them votes. They don't care about any religion.
Mhm.
As far as I think, their religion is just power.
Correct.
They want to get it irrespective of whatever happens to the population. We have many examples in history about it.
Yeah,
If it was not this religion and some other religion, we
correct,
can look at our neighbors, right? That there is some other religion in majority there, and
correct.
their politicians try to collect them against the others.
Same thing happening. Yeah.
Exact same thing happens there, right? It's the mirror image there. So yeah, people have to understand that at the end of the day, we have to eat food, we have to get jobs, and we have to, take care of the kids. And for that, you need economy and you need basically some sensible policy that can help you get educated and then get some kind of skill. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. Yeah. So I agree with your point. And
Yeah.
thanks for bringing it up.
Thanks.
But a lot of people who ask me about my opinion of moving back to India, I tell them that, given a chance, I may not choose it because I'm well, spoiled by the US culture and the US economy. And my wife likes the return policies here. So,
Mm.
so I may not be that comfortable moving back, given a chance, but it depends on person to person. A lot of people get annoyed with this because they want to hear from my mouth that, India is progressing and
Yes.
this and that, but they don't want to move back. They just want me to move. अरे भाई मेरे को नहीं जाना भाई बड़ी मुश्किलों से आए यहाँ पे अब नहीं जाना और कोई जाता नहीं
कोई
है
पता नहीं है.
In fact, I have spoken to many families who went back because of their parents, but then their kids who are like who studied here in elementary school,
Mhm.
They came back here for the college or the high school.
Right. If there is, yeah. So why they resent if the India is so shining? Um,
Exactly, because they could not adjust in
yeah.
the Indian school system and the kind of education. I mean, हमें सबको पता है यार रट रट के सब पढ़ाते हैं वहाँ
Uh,
पे. Pretty much the whole of India is same, right?
I mean, और भी बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स है टू बी ऑनेस्ट जब मैं इंडिया जाता हूँ हर साल में एक मैं वही देखता था मैं कई बार डिस्कस भी करता हूँ एवरीथिंग इज ओके बट एक तरीके का कहीं भी जाओ ना एक अननेसेसरी का एक एजिटेशन है हर किसी के मन में अनकंफर्टेबलनेस कहीं भी किसी भी से बात करने में एक चिड़चिड़ापन होता है ना हर किसी बंदे में मुझे लगता है कि एक
Exactly.
हैप्पीनेस टाइप की लाइफ है ही नहीं बहुत
Yeah.
जो डे टू डे जो है आप गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसेज में जाओ किस में जाओ हर कोई
Exactly. Right, right. A lot of stress every day.
या एवरीडे
In fact,
सर्विस विद स्माइल का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है वो मुझे लगता है वहाँ पे लोगों को पता ही नहीं है।
right, right. In fact, last time जब मैं गया तो मेरी ऑटो वाले से लड़ाई. And I had the flight back to USA next day. और मैं एक दिन पहले लड़ रहा था स्ट्रीट पे खड़ा हुआ जाम में. My wife pulled me back. अंदर बैठ कल जाना है. उसने उसने एक डंडा निकाल के तेरे को मारा. तेरा सब यही रह जाएगा. तो तू चुप रहा. उसके बाद उसने मुझे जाने ही नहीं दिया इंडिया के. तू 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 रहने दे.
हाँ,
Yeah, I agree. There are a lot of anger because of things not happening or working right out of the box. Road पे जाम इतना है, you
हाँ,
just spend hours just to get to like 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers. I'm from Delhi.
करेक्ट
दिल्ली
मैं भी
में.
आई एम आल्सो फ्रॉम दिल्ली या
Oh, that's good. हमारे घर के बाहर एक रेड लाइट है. उस रेड लाइट को क्रॉस करने के लिए 20 मिनट्स लग जाते हैं. एंड इन यूएस अगर हमें 20 मिनट जाना है तो हम सोचते हैं, "अब इतनी दूर क्यों जाना है हमें? व्हाई डू यू वांट टू गो दैट फार, राइट? फॉर 20 मिनट्स ड्राइव."
करेक्ट
दैट्स द डिफरेंस.
करेक्ट हाँ
वो 20 मिनट्स लॉस्ट जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ ट्रैफिक क्रिएट्स सो मच एंगर इन यू दैट एंड
राइट
इट कलेक्ट्स, राइट?
या
Remember when I was in India, I used to go to Gurgaon for work, 1.5 hour one side.
राइट या
3 hours of day lost in traffic. And then the work culture there is that, you can't leave at 6. You have to sit till 9. Client calls this and that, and manager
Correct, correct.
can be
Yeah, I
like,
remember. I mean, I live in East Delhi, so basically, for me as well, it's about more than 1 hour. So I remember I change it. I use mostly work in Noida. So, but for time, I found an employer and I work for them. And in just 3 months, I left that company because of the commute.
yeah, right. It was very painful, to be frank. When I came here, I felt really well. I mean, really improved. The
Yeah,
quality of life has improved in simple sense.
right.
Right, बिजली पानी internet कहीं if you
Mm,
even if you are living in a rural area in America, you don't worry about bijli pani internet,
correct.
car or
Right.
fresh air or like congested places. All those kind of things are not even
Yeah.
worried, not a
Yeah.
worry. So, yeah, so you choose your struggles, right, as they say.
Right.
So if somebody wants to go to India, yes, you are choosing your struggle. Just go with
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And people like us who have gone through the childhood in India, we might be able to adjust. Like if I go back and stay there for 1 year, I might just adjust to the new environment or going back to the same environment, I would say.
Right.
But my kid who has seen America will find it extremely hard, very hard to cope up with that kind of culture.
Right.
In fact, अभी recently experience हुआ. हम शादी में गए थे न्यू जर्सी में. तो देसी लोगों की शादी थी ऑफ कोर्स. तो मेरा बेटा है. वी वेंट टू रेस्टरूम. तो देयर वाज अ मेल रेस्टरूम और फीमेल रेस्टरूम. बोथ वर बिजी. थोड़ी देर में वुमेन का रेस्टरूम खुला. उसमें से देसी अंकल निकले. माय सन वाज शॉक्ड. व्हाट इज दिस? I told him. It's Indian thing. You won't understand. So, and he kept waiting. I said, go use it. He was so shy that, how can I use this?
Right.
I said, don't worry, I'm standing here. Immediately from male restroom, woman nikli. Can you believe it? And then he said, oh my goodness. He couldn't believe that. कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है. Because these kids have never seen this kind of
Yeah.
thing, right? They will wait as long as it takes, right? But they
Right.
won't break the rule. Right?
Right.
But it was happening right there. And I told him this is India. India. It was a mix of India Pakistani wedding.
Yeah.
I told him that, see, this is called street smartness in India. Right? If you can't do that, then you will be considered a fool,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Correct.
वो कहेगा कि
Mm.
तू खड़ा रह मैं
हाँ
होके
हम तो
जा रहा
जा
हूँ.
कर रहे हैं. Right.
Exactly. So that's what they did.
Mm.
They would have done right. So for my kid to survive in India, it's very difficult
Mm.
because and that's what I tell people that, be very considerate about your kids because there will be a point in life where they will start taking decisions and then they will blame you for their failures or their life, the way you are turning it. So just talk to them. If they're teenagers, then it's very important to talk to them about the kind of decision you're making if you're going back to India. So it's
Right.
very important to take their opinion as well.
No,
Just
my
don't
actually my
force them.
comparison would be is like I was thinking is ki, what do you think, like as I said, as many Indians are complaining that they couldn't grow in in the organizations because of our, because ultimately we are Indian, and the majority definitely is you know white, or uh,
Right.
some people are saying that even if you know uh, like m- we get
पता है
stuck to one position.
क्या?
So do you think,
वो-
or considering the hate would increase if the same things happening or continue to uh,
Yeah. तो
grow,
एक
so will
एक
it be safe?
या एक आमिर खान का जोक है कि you like my humor. If yes, then good. If you don't like it, then change your taste. तो क्योंकि मैंने इसके बिल्कुल एग्जैक्ट अपोजिट स्टोरी सुनी है. देयर इज अ कंपनी, इट्स अ वेरी बिग कंपनी इन यूएसए. वहां पे कोई गोरा ऊपर नहीं पहुंच पाता, वहां सब देसी हैं. तो गोरा कंप्लेन करता है कि दे हैव क्रिएटेड दैट काइंड ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट एंड
uh,
इट्स अनरिटन रूल कि गोरे को प्रमोशन मिलेगा ही नहीं.
uh,
तो so the
uh,
saying, the crux of the story is कि
correct.
change the company. राइट,
Change the
जहाँ
company.
पे आपको फेवरेबल लग रहा है वहां जाओ फिर, बिकॉज यू कैनॉट फाइट दैट सिस्टम दैट दे हैव
Correct,
क्रिएटेड.
correct, correct.
राइट, ऐसा हमारे विद इन देसीज ऑल्सो बहुत होता है दैट दे क्रिएट सब सेक्शंस लाइक
Hmm.
कम्युनिटी का, स्टेट का
हाँ
एंड अदर थिंग्स. राइट, वो बना लेते हैं, ग्रुप्स बन
हाँ
जाते हैं. इट
हाँ.
हैपेंस विद एवरीवन. राइट, आई एम नॉट
Correct.
जस्ट सेइंग दैट देसीज ऐसा करते हैं, बट मैंने देखा है प्रीटी मच हर कम्युनिटी में
हर
सेम ही हो
कम्युनिटी
जाता
में होता है, इटालियंस, जर्मन, कोई भी हो, रिलीजन.
है. राइट,
रिलीजन.
वो क्या करते हैं, वो हायरिंग भी उन्हीं उसी कम्युनिटी में से करना शुरू कर देते हैं टीम के लिए.
राइट.
राइट, अपने नॉर्थ साउथ में ही काफी बड़ा डिवाइड है यार. टू
हाँ, हमारी कंपनी में मैं देखता हूँ सारे एचआर फंक्शंस के अंदर में और आईटी में, क्योंकि आईटी का हेड हमारे यहाँ पे एक चाइनीज़ है और एचआर भी चाइना से। ज़्यादातर जो एचआर फंक्शंस में और आईटी के अंदर में सब चाइनीज़ ही हैं।
या तो इन मैंने भी देखा है कि हाँ, मुझे भी एक बार कंप्लेंट थी कि एक स्पेसिफिक कम्युनिटी को ही हायर करे जा रहे हो और किसी का सीवी नहीं आता
हुँ,
इंटरव्यू के लिए. आई वॉज द इंटरव्यूअर इन फैक्ट, टू बी फ्रैंक.
हुँ,
बट और किसी का सीवी ही नहीं आ रहा. तो
हुँ।
एक एक ही टाइप के सीवी आ रहे हैं, एक ही स्पेसिफिक कम्युनिटी के आ रहे हैं. देन आई टोल्ड देम दैट क्या तुम्हें कुछ और बंदा मिल ही नहीं रहा क्या, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है.
हुँ,
Then everyone went silent because you cannot discriminate, right? But something is happening behind the scenes.
करेक्ट।
तो वो आई थिंक प्रेटी मच हर जगह सेम ही पॉलिटिक्स है. तो उसका कुछ नहीं कर सकते थे. You have to change your taste. That's a simple. I think somebody raised the hand. Somebody wanted to speak.
Right. Anil sir, I have a question.
एक मिनट, पहले सर मत बोलो यार. आई एम नॉट दैट. मेरे मेरे बाल काले करे. Yes, please go on.
Yeah. So I'm planning to go to India for 3 weeks paid vacation. I have a H1B visa until March 2027.
Or
Uh, cons-
you're Satya?
right,
Satya Gupta?
right.
Gupta.
Yes. G.
Okay. Well, you have asked on YouTube also. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, considering current current scenario, since I have a visa till March 2027, so I mean, it's a I mean a good decision to go to India for vacation because my family is in India and I want to meet them.
Navneet was saying that Spain is better for vacation.
No, my family and kids are in India, so I want to go and meet them.
Yeah, yeah, jao yaar. See, as of today, he has not got a dream and he has not written any new executive order, so you're safe.
Hmm. Okay.
But अभी वो कल सुबह उठ के कुछ और बोल दे तो I mean, me and you cannot do anything about it.
Right.
तो फिर बहुत ऐसे तैयार रहना कि बस एकदम से भाग के फ्लाइट पकड़ लो।
Okay.
वैसे अभी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लोग जा रहे हैं, आ रहे हैं। मेरे फ्रेंड्स हैं, वो बहुत दिवाली के लिए जा रहे हैं, मैंने उन्हें मना किया मत जाओ, बट वो जा रहे हैं। वो उनको
Hmm.
लग रहा है मैं तो यानी डर पर आ रहा हूँ।
Hmm.
बट ठीक है, मैं सी सबका से डिफरेंट ओपिनियन होता है। हो
Right.
सकता है कुछ ना भी हो, बट अभी जो अभी रिसेंटली हुआ था उसमें तो यू हर्ड द न्यूज राइट, लॉट ऑफ पीपल हैड टू टर्न
Yeah.
बैक, सब लोग फ्लाइट से उतर गए थे।
Right. Right.
एक
Yes.
एक केस तो मैंने सुना था, दैट लेडी वेंट टू पूना, वो फ्लाइट से उतर के टैक्सी लेके पूना पहुंच गई थी। देन शी हर्ड द न्यूज, वो उसी टैक्सी में वापस एयरपोर्ट पहुंच के देन शी टुक द फ्लाइट बैक टू यूएस। ही हैड जस्ट रीच्ड। तो ऐसे भी सिचुएशंस थे, आई मीन यू माइट हैव टू टेक दैट काइंड ऑफ डिसीजन। तो अपना माइंड प्रिपेयर करके जाना कि कुछ भी हो सकता है, राइट?
Hmm.
क्योंकि वो सोता नहीं है, एज आई हर्ड। उसको सपने बहुत अजीब अजीब से आते हैं, वो कुछ भी लिख देता है फिर ट्विटर पे। बट ठीक है, अब मुझसे क्या क्या बुलवाओगे यार।
It's okay.
या दैट्स अ गुड क्वेश्चन। अभी अभी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, जा सकते हो। वीजा है तो वैसे भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
Right.
या बट थैंक्स फॉर आस्किंग।
और ना जो
हाँ
3 वीक्स के लिए कुछ लोग ये बोल रहे थे कि आई हैव टू टेक द सम स्क्रीन शॉट और leave permission letter from my company to safer side to have in case they ask you have a paid vacation.
हाँ, राइट। सो व्हाट डू वन थिंग, पीटीओ ले लो 3 हफ्ते की,
Mm-hmm.
ठीक है? और उसका अप्रूवल, पीटीओ का अप्रूवल जो भी आपके सिस्टम होगा, वर्क डे या जो भी आपकी कंपनी में होगा,
Right.
एक दी ऑफिशियल पीटीओ कंफर्मेशन एंड देन एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेटर फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉयर दैट यू आर
Right.
एम्प्लॉयड,
Mm-hmm.
एंड और पे स्टब्स ले जाना, यूएस की लास्ट 3 पे स्टब्स।
Right.
आई डोंट थिंक
Okay.
कोई उससे ज्यादा कोई प्रॉब्लम होगा। और इफ इट इज अ नोन कंपनी देन आई डोंट सी एनी इशू, बट छोटी कंपनी में वो दे माइट क्वेश्चन
Mm.
अ लिटिल बिट मोर, दैट्स इट। और कोई इशू नहीं है।
Okay. एक और क्वेश्चन था।
हाँ, बताओ।
So I have spent 4.5 year out of 6 year in my H1B. I mean, I have remaining one and a half year. My
हम्म,
I-140 is still in progress. It's currently, PWD has approved, and they are going to start recruitment and recruitment processing. Uh, so 1.5 year is sufficient to get the I-140 considering current timeline, or it's going to be very tough to get approval of PERM within, I mean, in next 1.5 year.
when did they file palm?
No, they did not file PERM. So recently, PWD, I got approval from the PWD,
Oh,
and now they are going to start the recruitment process, which take I think 2 months, and after that they are going to file the PERM.
okay. Then 2 years is a little tight
Mm.
because farm is taking about 420 days.
Oh, 420 days, almost a day, 1.5 year.
Like, yeah, almost, I would say consider 1.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But then the good thing is you can file I-114 premium immediately after that. That's a good thing. You are kind of on the borderline, I would say.
All right.
But it will happen mostly. Is it a consulting company? You can don't name it. Just
Yeah, yeah. I'm
say yes.
working for a consulting company. Yeah, it's a big
Yeah,
consulting company.
they usually just file it on the border for everyone. So you are not
Mm-hmm.
alone. They know that you will just get it within time. But even if you can't get it within time, so what they will do is they will file perm in a way that it crosses 365 days. And if it crosses 365 days in pending status, then you can file H1B extension for seventh year.
Right. I know another option I'm getting. I mean, my position is moving from. I think last call I already discussed it, but my position is moving from from New York to Montreal, Canada. So
Oh,
I mean, it's a
I,
client. Client is moving the position. So client is asking to or my company to move from here to Montreal, but they are paying almost 50% less compared to what I'm getting here. So I'm little bit confused. Should I opt this option or stay here? And I mean, there's another problem, which is my personal problem. Like my family is not here; they staying in India. They used to stay here. They stay for a year, and then later, my wife is in government job, so she moved back to India with kids. So I'm little bit confused. What should I do?
hmm. So are you planning to bring your family here or she will keep working in government job?
She did not like, I hear you a lots of things. I know you told that, but
Mm.
my wife is not liking the US, winter loneliness and all. So and she is in government job, so she also not ready to leave the government job in India.
या वहां
So
पे तो वहां पे तो काम वाली आती है ना, चाय पिलाते हैं, तो यहाँ
नहीं, उसको पसंद नहीं है। उसको यहाँ पे बहुत ठंडी में 6 महीने, मतलब न्यू जर्सी में रहता हूँ, तो उसको ठंडी में यहाँ पे 6 महीने घर में रहना अकेले। और अभी
वैसे भी
I-140 भी नहीं है, तो ये एडी पे भी जॉब भी नहीं कर सकती यहाँ पे। तो
गवर्नमेंट जॉब वालों के लिए सरवाइव करना बहुत मुश्किल है यूएस में. बट
राइट।
या तो I mean, see, if you look at the long-term view, if I was in your place, what I will do is I'll get the perm and I will not withdraw the perm. I will let it go, and then I will move to Montreal and get the PR
But
there.
but the problem is in Montreal. I think we already discussed a couple of weeks in the same same talk. Someone
Yeah.
told that since I'm 44 age, so it's very difficult to get the PR in this age, considering the points and all. And Montreal is a French country, so I mean I should have the French language in order to get the points. And I mean it's not difficult to get the PR, but it's not going to easy. I mean I'm not going to get in, let's say, 1 or 2 year. It's going to take more year to get the PR.
Yes, but in US you will never get the green card.
Yeah.
That's the other side, right?
Right.
और उधर क्लब में जाओ सब फ्रेंच सीख जाओगे माहौल देख. Go to the right places.
बट
You-
वहाँ पे पैसे भी नहीं दे रहे ना, वहाँ पे पैसे भी नहीं दे रहे हैं, तो rather than मुझे लग रहा है कि जितना पैसा वहाँ मिल रहा है उतना पैसा तो इंडिया में भी मिल जाएगा अगर इंडिया में जाऊँ वापस तो।
So yeah, so see, uh, hmm, I can just tell you, based on your situation, if I was in that situation, what would I do? So my opinion is that I would not go back to India.
Mm-hmm.
So I have only two options, either US or Canada.
Right.
And with the age 44, I would try to get into Canada first because Canada has better chances of giving me some kind of relief, like some PR or
Mm.
citizenship someday. At least you can see it, right? That maybe in
Right.
5 years I will get something. But in US, in 5 years, you will not get anything except H1B visa, and that too is not guaranteed.
Right.
Okay, because to be frank, I will give you examples. People who filed in 2013 are still waiting for green card, and they are on H1B, right?
Right.
So think about that situation. Do you want to keep staying on H1B for that long? and
I'm
still have
thinking
nothing.
one option is I mean I'm thinking to talk to my manager, like if he is ready
Yes,
to bring me on I mean in managerial post in the Montreal, and then after 1 year, if he
yes,
agree to convert my EB2 to EB1 through after having the 1 year managerial experience.
right. That's a very good plan. Talk to them. A lot of people have done it, and
Hmm.
it is a very good plan. If they agree to it, then yes, go for it.
Okay.
Taurab Ganguly
Mhm.
had once said, "It's better to have one bird in the hand than two in the bushes." जो हाथ में है उसे पकड़ लो, जो दो ऊपर तारे दिख रहे हैं उसके पीछे मत भागो, जो हाथ
Mm.
में तारा है उसको पकड़ के जी लो अपनी जिंदगी. So I mean, right now Canada seems to be better option to me, and there is a chance that your company might promote you and then they bring you back on L1A, then you will get green card quickly. But in EB2 and EB3, there is virtually no chance, I would say. It's very difficult to be frank. So
uh,
think
well,
about it with cool
mhm.
mind and then take a decision.
Right.
And Canada is very beautiful otherwise. You will find it very relaxing and very nice.
The only thing is
It's,
winter, cold and winter.
you will get habitual, don't
Hmm.
worry. उधर फेयर एंड लवली लगाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, ठंड से ही गोर हो जाते
Okay.
हैं. Look at the positive side.
But these all are the one aspects. Another aspect is, if my family is not, I mean, my family is not ready to, stay in either in US or Canada. So there is no point to stay alone here, right? So sometimes I can stay here, but in larger terms or in future, I cannot stay, more than 1 year or without family. So I
But
mean,
yeah, so in Canada, your wife will also get work permit, so she might find a government job there.
hmm.
That's one positive thing.
But that after getting the PR, right? Or before PR, she
No,
can also work.
before PR also they have provisions for spouse work permit.
Okay.
Yeah, that way
Okay.
they are very like they are much better than US system.
Hmm. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
think
Thank you.
about it. Think
Yeah.
about yeah. I think 2 weeks ago somebody had the same exact question about moving to Canada or something. Did you listen to that discussion?
I was asked the same thing. I told that now.
Oh, you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So,
So someone
so,
someone some guest from the from I think Canada, he explained
yes,
beautifully all the and he was saying that in your age it's a little bit difficult to get the PR soon. He's not denying it, but
right.
it takes some time.
Yeah. But then if you go to Canada, you have a shot for, I mean, you have a option of L1A then. If you
Hmm.
keep staying in the US, you will not get that option at all.
Right.
So think of it like, if you want to play for India cricket, you have to minimize the path to play to India, right? So
Hmm.
if I'm telling you that if you keep staying in US, you will never be able to play for India. Okay. But
Hmm.
if you move here and there, Muhammad Shami's story, Muhammad Shami who played for India.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was playing for UP, but UP did not give him the chance to play in Ranji from UP, state
Right.
UP. So then he moved to a different state because he knew that he can make it happen, and he played Ranji from another state, and then
Hmm.
he got into India quickly. So I think yours is pretty. I mean, I'm just giving you the example, but if you go to Canada, I'm pretty sure you will get a chance for L1A, and that way you will get green card maybe in next 5 6 years. But with
Hmm.
EB2 and EB3, you will never get it.
Right.
But
Right.
think, talk to your family, think with a cool mind, and then take a decision. If I was in your place, I will definitely try Canada because at least I have some chance there,
Hmm.
right?
Right. Right. Yeah.
And the second thing is your age is not on your side. If you were 35 today, then you had time to take the risk in USA, but the time is not on your side. So I would say take a decision quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think Bobby joined as a speaker.
Yeah,
Bobby, you want to
yeah,
say something?
yeah. Anil. Hey, good evening or good night. Sorry.
Good evening.
What? Yeah,
It's all right.
yeah. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Do you heard from anyone after 22 got stamped and entered into US without any issues of 100K?
Yes. Nobody paid 100K till now.
But
And they all,
they stamped after 22nd, right?
yes.
And entered without any issues.
Yes.
Okay,
So you're safe.
thank you. Yeah, I planned long back, and my visa stamping dates are there. I'm still in thinking whether I need to go or not.
You can go at this point of time.
Okay.
In fact, no, as far as I know, nobody has paid 100K fee right till now.
Yeah.
And nobody has been stopped from entering the US. So basically, the ban, nobody knows who is banned right now.
Okay. Yeah.
So the only thing that we know of is they are planning to ban, or they're planning to ask people who will be filing for lottery in Feb 2026.
Mhm,
That is the only thing that is clear, that they are asking for money from them. But for
mhm.
that too, the lawsuit has been filed in California.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
court, it depends on court's decision what happens in Feb.
Exactly.
So,
Do you have any date for that hearing?
I don't know about the hearing date, but the chances of winning that lawsuit are very high. It's from my opinion, because I mean, the law says that you cannot add any arbitrary fees like this to any
Yeah.
visa
Yeah.
application.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
and
I saw
hundred,
that lawsuit. Everything. I have gone through that entire lawsuit, whatever they have
right,
filed. Yeah.
right. So they can block the entry.
Yeah.
That's possible, but they cannot just add fees like this. That's
Exactly.
the lawsuit says, right? So that's pretty fair, I would say, and I think they have a very strong argument. And
But
I think
but that
with the
that cannot be applicable international wise, right? That will it be applicable to only that state or entire national wide injunction they are
let's
going
see,
to give us?
let's see. I think they have asked for nationwide injection, but let's see what happens. I don't know. I'm not that you know,
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
was
agree.
not,
Agree. Yeah, yeah, I
I'm
got
not an attorney, so
you. Yeah, just that is also new topic, right? Like, is it
yeah,
only specific to state or
right, right.
Right.
But
Mm,
it's
yeah,
not applicable to the existing ones. So people who are already on H1B, they are safe right now. It's
okay,
only for the new ones. And for the new ones also, Nvidia said last week that they will pay 100K fee.
100K.
They are not worried. So if Nvidia is paying, other big companies might also pay. So
Yes.
let's see.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining today. Anybody else who wants to share their opinion or have anything to discuss? If not, then we have already spent 1.5 hours and I'll go to bed. Okay. Looks like
Yeah, thank you
there
so much
is.
for your time, Anil.
Thanks everyone for joining. And next, I will be live next week again, same time on Wednesday. And if you have anything to discuss or share your opinion, do join. Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Nick. Thank you.
you.
Bye.